Give right side. Here's Bigsby. Cut back now. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Returning from the 18-yard line. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Street. Come on, set.
They send Diggs in motion right. Now an inside handoff to Miller. Broke through the tackle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 35 out of that one. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Out of the shotgun. He loses the football. Jags pick it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they've got to be looking to one another. Hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
A gain of 27 yards there. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Give up the gut to Bigsby. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Go, let's go.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
On the red. Here we go.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's a yard or two shy of the 30 before going out. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Hey, easy. Route. Hot.
Lawrence working from the gun. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows and the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
All right, here we go. Set. Here we go. Set.
Lawrence trying again on second. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Go.
Milton back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Set. Let's go. Ready.
Another try following the sack. We've got a screen to the running back. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Big catch made, and he got both feet in. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
He's going deep. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
Putting a receiver in motion. Going to the ground again on 1st. Crosses the goal line for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys tie this game 7-7. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Red on red.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. That's... Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They're looking at 1st down here.
Hey, kill. 11. Take right open. Silver.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Moore's got it. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's ETN on first down. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
He's got a man left. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 2nd quarter lead. Little tax on the extra point. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Danny Gray to return it. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. The coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. To throw, Milton. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. They go play action here. Pass taken in by Diggs. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They go left side with Miller. Driving across the 15-yard line. And he's all the way down the 10-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
From the red zone now. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Jaguars get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
One of the tight ends motioning left. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
We have 23. Here we go.
pushes him back. Third down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Go, go. On red. 11, Agate.
Third and long for him here. Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. And it's the Jaguars with a 1st and 10. From the gun, ETN gets it. Runs inside the 35. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Bails out of the pocket quick. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And no look on his first look at the game, so they're left facing 3rd and long.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Getting out to his left. And that's a touchdown, at least for the moment, Brock. But there's a flag out there. I think that they might wipe this one away. Cam Little now to try the Jags field goal. It's a 38-yard look here. The kick by Shudak is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
60 Eagles. Shut up.
From the gun, a give to Miller. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock still running. His pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be Jaguars football. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
Hey, Lion, Silver. Lawrence
now off the play action. He lets one fly deep down. That's complete inside the 35. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were and the QB just nailed it.
They've got a man in motion.
Go, go, let's go.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. He's on the move. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. That's Baron Browning who makes the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
All right, let's go.
Lawrence to throw it. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, this is really great defense to deny a big play and make them work for the touchdown. If they want to reach the end zone, they have to scrap and fight through them.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Touchdown, Jacksonville. On his Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars take a 3-possession lead. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Gray now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Here we go, set.
All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. Oh, he dropped that defender. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
The score, Jaguars 24, Cowboys 7.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Evans now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
On red.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now.
Hey, easy. Route. Here we go, sir.
They'll try it left with Etienne. They'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. That's Baron Browning who makes the stop. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
Hey, go. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. That's incomplete left side. The tip definitely broke up that throw. And 4th and 4 coming up. Jacksonville in punt formation. He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
Milton now. got Lamb, and it's complete. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off. So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Straight ahead, here's Miller. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Penalty not helping their cause for this third down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. That's caught for the first. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys start the second half with some needed points. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Red on red.
Receiver in motion, headed right. First down throw, Lawrence. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10 now. That's Thomas, he's got it. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Hey, Lion.
ETN on 3rd down. And he's only going to take this forward to about the 38. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2. The Jaguars in a punt formation. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. And that punt reaches 50 yards. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Here we go, here we go.
Handoff here for Miller. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Let's go now. Go.
Running once more with Miller. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long.
Dragon 60. Go. Ready.
Now Milton to throw. That's brought in by Miller. And they get there to touch him down, Brock. A big gain on that play.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Here's Milton. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end. So second down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he runs this one down to the 22-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. They just get the play off. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the third. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Here we go, set.
Back to throw. Here's Milton. Complete beyond the marker. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Put the body on the line for his team. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
On the give, it's Miller. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. It's a gain of 2, and that halves the distance. It brings up 2nd and goal from the 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Go, chap. Go, chap.
Again, it's Miller. Nothing doing there as he gets out of bounds back at the line. Back-to-back stands at the goal line, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys making a 4-point game here in the 4th. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Hey.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Hey, let's go.
Lawrence working from the gun. Flush down now to his left. Now he's going to air this one out long down the middle.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field working on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
To the air, 3rd and long. Pass him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Easy. Take right open.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Rip.
Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
Go. Here we go.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. On the move, headed right. Got him, man. It's Thomas. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
Hey, easy. Route.
Up the middle they go with Bigsby. And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. It's a gain of 3 for him. And that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Again, it's Bigsby. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Stuck to the ground, but nothing gained that time, and it brings up 3rd and 7. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Jaguars holding on to a field goal lead. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
11, Agate. Red on red.
Looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that'll bring up 4th down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And that is the catch that should end this game and seal this win. Touchdown! Honest Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars make it a 10-point ball game.
Cowboys 21. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Gray now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolves. 70. Go.
Milton back to throw. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running.
At the 60.
Throwing now, Milton. Rolling left, buying some time. He takes it himself. And he's out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
That one's cut along the left sideline. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
Okay, ready?
Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Milton. Forced out to his right. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
From the red zone now. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal, to tie this game in the 4th. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, Lion. Silver.
Inside handoff goes to ETN. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars make it a 10-point ball game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Gray now on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
19. Go! 18, wrap, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready?
To throw, Milton. It's taken in by Lamb. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. And now it's 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
60 Maverick. Sit up.
Back now, pressure on its way. Searches from the pocket. Pass taken in by Diggs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Chased out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
19 tight, 19 tight. Hut, hut.
He'll throw it yet again. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So the incompletion on first. Here's second and goal.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Warriors, 70. Go.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up.
And it's caught for the touchdown. No time left. So positive notes at the very end in this loss. The Cowboys making a 4-point game here in the fourth. So 6 points at the buzzer, Brock, but 0 effect on our final outcome.
Yeah, I get that, but I'll tell you what, that'll be one of the first plays they watch in the film room this coming week. Like you said, they lose whether that's scored or not, but coach will always, always emphasize effort on the field. And reaching that end zone to end an already decided game, that is effort with a capital E.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys cut it to a field goal game. So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory.
It's not over, you know. Why are you giving up?